Jai Hind everyone. Today I came with another topic that is recent Bangladesh elections. As we all got to know that recently Bangladesh BNP Bangladeshi National Party won the election. Whoever's leader is Tariq Rahman, the son of former Prime Minister of Bangladesh Khalida Jia. Although when there was a government of Khalida Jia into the Bangladesh, her main tilt was towards China, not towards India. But right now, as there are the global order, or there is a order in Bangladesh. So in opposition of BNP, Bangladeshi National Party, there is a Jamaat-e-Islam. Jamaat-e-Islam is a group of the people into the Bangladesh. Those had supported Pakistan during 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War. Means the Jamaat-e-Islam was against the Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's point of reference, because of which this party was banned from very before. But this time in 2026 election, they got the opportunity to participate because as former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, fled from Bangladesh and took the shelter into India, because of which there was a leader, interim leader Muhammad Yunus, who was taking care of the responsibility of the Bangladesh nation. Now, as we all have the information that Tariq Rahman would be the next Prime Minister of Bangladesh, so which kind, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India also congratulated Tariq Rahman, the leader of the Bangladesh National Party, that as there is a government of BNP. Initially, there was Awami League, because of which the relation between India and Bangladesh were warm, because Sheikh Hasina's point of tilt was India only, but not that of Khalida Jia. But still, if we compare in between Jamaat-e-Islam and BNP, so BNP would be the best option for India's point of view. But still, as I watched the numerous interviews of some of the member of parliament of BNP leaders, so I got to know that they are asking from India to extradite former Prime Minister of Bangladesh Sheikh Hasina to Bangladesh. But the problem is that as India gave the shelter to Bangladeshi former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, but if it becomes ready to extradite, then there will be a problem in testimony of the India, because of which there is a compulsion, or India is compelled to not send Bangladeshi former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to extradite to Bangladesh. But this is the major apple of discord in between Bangladesh and India. But as the new Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Tariq Rahman, takes the oath in Bangladesh, so there would be high chances to keep the or make the relationship in between Bangladesh and India cordial and warm. As of now, we think that Khalida Jia, mother of Tariq Rahman, was not having that much tilt for India. But as in comparison to Jamaat e Islam, BNP leaders are having better testimony than Jamaat e Islam. Because the Jamaat e Islam, it is the group whichever is brainwashed on the extremism, on the terrorism, on the mentality of the Pakistan. Because these are the people those support Pakistan nowadays also. But the main challenge in India is that in the district, whichever are the districts those make the border with India of Bangladesh, in those districts, it means in most of the district of the border area in Bangladesh, Jamaate e Islam could win the seat. Means as on the border area of India and Bangladesh, there will be Jamaate e Islam, whichever will be into the power. So that is why there is a concern for India that Jamaat-e-Islam is a kind of a extremist group, not a government, because they run the things according to their own philosophy of the groups only, not through the democracy. So there are high chances that there will be a kind of a insecurity for India Bangladesh national border, because they will be into the ruling in those areas, because of which the central will not be able to focus on those areas. Means center will work, but still most of the bordering things would be tackled by the local government only, or local government means from the member of parliament of that area. So this is one of the insecurity for the global, for the insecurity of the India and Bangladesh. So I would suggest that, as India knows that there is a past along with Bangladesh, so if we forget about recent past in between India and Bangladesh, so there was cordial relation in between India and Bangladesh also, whenever India supported Bangladesh to get liberated from Pakistan. So this is the time to enhance the relation and to make the inclusive relationship along with Bangladesh. As the Prime Minister Narendra Modi also talked with Tariq Rahman to keep the relationship at the new peak of India and Bangladesh. So I would suggest that if any government is into the power of any nation, then their first priority should be international security, employment, education. Because the main problem in Bangladesh was employment, education, and security. Let me break it down how. If Bangladeshi students did the revolution against former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, so the major problem was that she didn't work on the on the education. Although education was there, means there were some of the uh, government schemes, those used to prosperous the government's policy of the education. But still, while having this much prosperity, Bangladeshi Prime Minister had given a kind of a reservation to the people of Bangladesh. Those had fought in 1971 Liberation War. Although the people those fought in 1971, they were great because they worked for the nation. But their children aren't great. They are equivalent to those people whoever's parents might be against to the formation of the Bangladesh, because there is a difference of one generation or two generation. So things should not be considered on the base of the ancestors, as Indian constitution also say like this. This is the first thing. The second thing is that through this only, as we saw the coup in Nepal, Bangladesh is up in Sri Lanka, Myanmar, and there are high chances to be into the Pakistan also. So by watching the neighboring country, India should, or Modi government should take certain steps, that this is the time to not do the politics on the base of the religion only. Although there are numerous political parties, those do the politics on the base of the caste, on the base of the um, gender, on the base of the region. But Indian government, whatever the government is in ruling right now, they also do the politics on the base of the religion. So while protecting the vote bank of its own party, they should enhance the education also, because whichever kind of a coup were seen into these neighboring countries, those were because of the Gen Z only, Gen Z only, because there is a huge problem of the education, and which leads to the problem into the employment also. So the ultimately the summary of this video is that now there is a government in Bangladesh of BNP, Bangladesh National Party. So this is a time to keep the diplomatic relationship along with Bangladesh, and also to discuss about issues that can be border related issues, that can be related to the some of the misunderstandings of the killing of the students, or doing intruding of the nation. So whichever kind of the problems are there, things should be discussed on the table, and there will be a kind of a edge for both countries to keep the relationship warm. Till now, Indian government used to say that there was an interim government into Bangladesh, not elected government. So they will not decide the relationship of India and Bangladesh on the base of the interim government. But at least now there is a proper elected high majority government into the Bangladesh. So this is a time to keep the cordial relation with Bangladesh, and also want to see in our own nation, so that things would not be repeated as things went into the neighboring countries like in Bangladesh or in Nepal or Sri Lanka. So in Myanmar also. So the summary of this video is keep the diplomatic engagement with Bangladesh, and enhance the development of the India also. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.